Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the latest Transformers crossover. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Party Wallop machine. So in this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes. Now, I've got to confess, guys, anybody who watches me on this channel or has watched me for some time know that I'm pretty good at getting videos out super quick. This guy's taken so long because he's just so good. The abundance of features and accessories that hopefully I'm going to do justice in this video to show you, and that's the main reason why I've started off in alternate mode as well. Even though, as I say, he comes packaged in an old school blister box like that with all the plastic at the front, he does come in robot mode. And then, as I say, the amount of accessories you can see there, that's just some of them that he comes with, is insane. But it makes it so good, because not only can he be all four of the turtles, he can also be Party Wallop himself, which is, of course, is a completely new character. So if you wanted to do multiple displays with this guy, you're gonna need 6, because there's 5 turtles and there's 1 alternate mode. So hopefully, as I say, I can do this guy some justice. The instructions are so detailed for you, which is good to know, apart from the reverse transformation, which is why I've put that up in a video. That's how you set up all the turtles. I'm going to show you that, of course, when we get to robot mode. And as I say, there's the transformation process. The other really cool thing is, I'm going to show you before we start doing all the comparisons, is the fact that you can store all of the accessories on him. Now, you can see under there, we've got Raphael's sais and Leonardo's katanas. And you can also see that, unfortunately, this doesn't clip fully in. Now, this is something that a couple of people let me know about before I got this figure, that there is a tab on here that is just slightly too big. And I do believe that if I filed it down, it would be absolutely perfect. But I'll show you that when it's in the robot mode, just so you can see it, because it's really difficult to see in this particular mode. So, yeah, everything's pretty much stored away in this. It looks great. Even, as I say, when you get it new, this spoiler isn't on. You have to slide this on yourself. All of these pieces come off. And again, you have to attach all of these. There's so much going on with this figure, it's crazy. This is the front of the vehicle, which also doubles up, I'm sure you know, as a pizza, which is really cool. The detail on the wheels is great, silver on the inside, and yes, it's all sort of panelly, but again, it just tends to really work. Let's have a quick look at the box though. So I like the way it looks like the box is ripped and the turtles are coming through the back. As I say, the only negative thing is that to get it off, you are going to have to pretty much cut him out of the bubble. Right, now, although crossover figures aren't supposed to, you know, scale with any other, I've got a few here just to give people an idea. There we've got the DeLorean. There we've got another really big crossover that at the moment is upsetting a few people because of how big he is, but that is, of course, the Knight Rider crossover. It is huge, but again, remember, guys, standalone figures, it's just pure luck if they do actually scale with anything, because of course they're nowhere near in scale. If you get them all out and you sort of put them all in a line, etc., they don't. They're just great standalone figures. There's some ideas for you with regards to, as I say, crossovers. If I move these out of the way and give you an idea of, I'd say, some normal, what I mean by normal is mainline toy figures. There's a Reactivate Bumblebee. There's an Earthrise Optimus Prime. Let's move him over here. There's the new Commander class Optimus Prime, which you can see again is huge. Then we've got a Generations, that's the classic mold for Bumblebee. It's just the Takara version because it's nice and gold. What else have we got here? I've got a few other, I've actually got quite a few alternate modes, unlike me, just to go through and show you. There's a Voyager class Starscream, and funnily enough, I've got a G1 Optimus Prime as well. And then, funny enough, I've got the Magic Square oversized chibi Optimus Prime here as well. It's just a big figure, guys. It's a big figure. It's quite basic. It looks pretty much like it did in the cartoon, so that's great. These do move up and down, and as I've already showed you, most of the things are underneath, but loads of things are tucked inside here. So I think for the alternate mode, that's all there is to show you. The robot mode, there is so much to have a look at. So without further ado, let's get him into his robot mode. Okay then, guys, here he is in his robot mode, and to be honest, this is where the absolute genius of the toy comes to the forefront, and that's because at the moment what you're looking at is Party Wallop. So of course you can see no bandana, and this is, I suppose, the new standalone character. Now, once again, I've attached all the accessories to him. I'm going to take them all off in a second just to show you where they all are. This is what's so good about this. As I say, there's so many accessories, but you can have them attached at all times. You haven't got to keep going back, you know, to that little box or that little tray you've got full of accessories. We'll have a look at the articulation, and then, as I say, I'm going to show you the genius of the mold. So it is quite blocky, but I already know a couple of people who've got more than one of these already. So the head will spin all the way around. It will also look up and down. If you move these shoulder pads, these move around as well on their own sort of axis, so you can bring the arms up as well. Yes, if you're wondering what's underneath, that is Michelangelo's nunchucks. That is where they keep them. There is also a swivel at the bicep. There's a bicep flexion. There is even a wrist swivel, which is great. That's where Michelangelo's nunchuckers are kept. The size are really quite obvious. You can see them on the side, but again, you can lift these up. In fact, what you can also do is you can take this off, and now he looks more like, I suppose, a member of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's more sort of what you're used to seeing. Oop, I've just knocked the spoiler off. As I say, this does come off as well. The legs will go out to the side. They're pretty restricted by this here. I've just knocked the sword off, but it doesn't matter. We're going to kick the legs quite far forward and indeed quite far back. You can see some of the things in the back now, which I'm going to show you in a second. There is a thigh swivel. There is a knee bend. It is quite stiff to get it. Where is it? I'm sure there was. I know that this comes here and then does the knee bend. I could be wrong. I'm sure there was. Yes, of course there is. There it is. It's just that it's really tight on that side. There's an ankle tilt and swivel, and there's also a heel sprue as well at the back. So, you know, he is really articulate for quite a big, bulky figure. To give you an idea of very quickly before I do some of the height comparisons, that's the huge Fractured Friendships Prime, and he's easily as big and easily as chunky as him. So let's move him out of the way. So I've just knocked the sword off, and as I say, I've took the front off. This could be doubled up now. You can take this and you can attach it onto the forearm, so it's like a shield. I just keep knocking all the accessories off now. There's one of Raphael's size, and as I say, he's got the waist swivel as well, which is great. Obviously, I completely forgot to show you that, but just, I mean, I think that alone looks really, really good. Of course, you can move these around as well, which is great, and I think I've already shown you, obviously, that's a pizza that you can take off as well. But this is pretty much the standalone Party Wallop figure. So let's show you where pretty much everything's stored and how you can, again, have so much fun with this. So I've knocked off one of the sides. I'm going to take off that as well, and I'm going to take off the other katana sword for Leonardo. You don't have to. I'm just taking them off so I can show you things. So I'm going to take this off as well, which is, of course, we've used it as a shield, you don't need to, but you can, obviously. I think it's great. This is where the cleverness starts. You've already seen that the nunchucks are under there, so because I've took off the two swords, let's have a look underneath anyway. So if we bring this back part out, under here you've got all four of the heads, or the top of the heads with the bandanas. You've also got, if we lift this up, you've also got Donatello's stick there, or cane, whatever you want to call it. So let's go with Raphael first and foremost. I'm just going to take that off, and the reason why I've done that is obviously because I've got his size there. That's going to line up, and we're going to attach that into there. I've gone a bit too high. There we go. And all you've got to do is this. Look how cool this is. Take the top of the head, pop that down there. He is now Raphael. I know you can't tell fully until you do this. This is genius, absolute genius. Spin this round until we get to the R. There we go. There's the R for Raphael. Let's put his size into his hands, and of course we've now got, as I said, there you go, there's Raphael. And it's as simple as that, guys. You can display it, you can change it every single day. You can literally have one for every day of the week if you include Party Wallop as well. So I didn't fold them back under, but I'm just going to take them all off just to give you an idea. So you could see that how I had it at the beginning, you could have all of them stored in there, and you wouldn't need to worry about, as I say, going back to an accessory box or to the packaging, etc. But yeah, you could just keep mixing and matching. I'm going to do a few of them as I'm chatting like this, but then a few more of them for the other two. Rather, I might just stop the camera, but you never know. I think I'll just carry on, to be fair, because it just shows you how easy it is to do it. So there's Leonardo. Lift up the front. This is going to be my choice, by the way, before I get asked in the comments who's my favourite. I don't know why, but he definitely has to be Leonardo. But obviously, because you've got all these 5mm ports, there is no reason why, if you wanted to, sorry, no, if you wanted to, you could just put all of the accessories on. So you can pop this side. Will that fit in there? No, typically that one wouldn't fit in there, but I bet the nunchuckers do. But there, of course, is Leonardo, which is great. These move up and down as well to give you a bit more clearance as well to however you want to pose him, like so. Let's bring in some other figures before I do some more of the other turtles, just to again give you an idea, I suppose, of height. So because they're both just currently here at the moment, there's your Studio Series Transformers 1 figures. I'll just move them out of the way. So they're both deluxe. So if you want to see him next to some Voyagers, that's quite a similar sort of sized, great big Voyager truck, and that's a Voyager jet. So if we're talking sort of price point rather than scale, because I know I've already said that he doesn't really scale, he's definitely at he's at a big sort of Voyager class amount of plastic, shall we say. Let's do another quick one before I do let's go with Donatello, because he's quite simple, because it's just take that, pop the purple band on. Oh, I'm being perhaps a little bit rough. Oh yeah, I need to show you as well them tabs I was on about. Take the staff. Oh, there you go. I didn't know it was going to do that, obviously. So these, have I got it the right way around? That's it. Well, the reason why I've kept rolling, guys, because if that happens to you, you can see just how easy it is to fix. I had no idea about that. Sometimes that happens, but it's not too detrimental. There he is with his staff. I imagine that you could sort of pose this, not that he would carry it around like that, but I think you probably could, if you wanted to, get them into both of his hands. Again, a quick reminder that you can put this out as a shield on the side as well. Wow, that is totally stuck in. Typical. Right, there we go. So the tabs that I was on about, you may have seen it in the transformation process, is this one here. See, there's a raised bit there. Right, where can I show you? There's a raised bit there on the inside of the leg, and that's where it keeps getting stuck. So when this tries to fold straight, it just gets stuck. So that's why it doesn't tab together so well. Someone's told me to just file that down, and I'm sure it'll be okay. I've just realized I forgot to change that over. So what I'll do very quickly for the last time, because there's not much more to show you, I just wanted to say get across how much fun these are. And I haven't even took his nunchucks out yet. His nunchucks are stuck or saved, stored, whichever word you want to use, into the shoulder pads, which is great. They've got the little chain to them. It reminds me of that little chain, I think it was for Steeljaw on the Human Alliance Rise of the Beasts, not Rise of the Beasts, Human Alliance Dark of the Moon Leadfoot figure. There was a little chain like this, but you can see how these spin around, which is great. So you can move it around like so. We've got the M into position, which again is great. That fits there. And as I said, if you wanted to now, I could store all of these in the back, underneath, on the sides. It's just so good. So let's give you an idea again of some more heights. Missing Link, for those of you who collect third party. New Age. Let's get some crossovers in. So there's Ectotron, which is huge compared to him, as you can see there. A lot bigger. What else have I got here hanging around? I got a Bug Bite, and I've got, very quickly, let's bring in Knight Rider as well. So let's bring him in. Again, this is another large crossover figure, and I think they're doing real good with all these crossover figures. Now, obviously, this one's got a voice box, though, so he's taller than Party Wallop, but he's also got, of course, the speakers inside. I'm just wondering if maybe they could have done something similar with this, but again, it would probably be even more blocky then. But there's not much more to show you about this, guys. Hopefully I've got across, I suppose, the playability, the amount of fun, the amount of stuff that's actually included in it. So again, you've got all four of your turtles, all four of their accessories, their bandanas, and of course you've got the Party Wallop himself, which is a brand new character, and you've got, of course, the Party Wallop machine as well, sorry, the van that of course he transforms into. Overall, I think it's great. It's one of my favorite figures of the year all of a sudden, purely because of how much playability that it's got, and again, all the great memories of the turtles from when I was younger. But there you go, that is Party Wallop. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Take care.